Happy 2023. Do you like my new necklace I acquired right before Christmas? It's such a stylish, goes with everything, really. I mean, and posture-wise, if you want to improve your posture, get you one of these. And then this color green, like, you know, when people say, oh, green's my favorite color, I actually like this jade color, like this jade color green. And the really cool thing about this, it's like an adjuster. So like if I'm in the car, like I really like put it up so my head doesn't wibble wobble. But I also have like, this is eat mode, and then this is talk mode. And if you can see all this red on my face, isn't that but it is a reaction I'm having from a medication I'm on to help with some of the swelling. But as they say, your doctor might decide that the benefits outweigh the side effects. Well, in this case, the benefits outweigh the side effects. Because other than it being just kind of red and every once in a while I feel like warm, like feverish, but I'm not feverish, it's working on what it's supposed to do, which is take down the swelling. All right. But I hope your 2023 has started off fantabulous and that you weren't awake too much for the fireworks last night. Either way it goes. Yes, I still have the Christmas tree up. My husband likes keeping the tree up. Normally he keeps it up to almost the end of January, but he's taking it down next weekend. And this is the last year we're having this tree, so next year will be a new tree. On the 18th of January, they're replacing our gutters. And then on the 30th, guys, these windows are going to go bye-bye-bye, and I'm going to have casement windows in here. I'm so excited, energy efficient. This year, everything should be better. And I have decided, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I was talking about using the K-light and like experimenting with it. So, had a light bulb moment earlier today. Since 90% of the phowls that I have, I've had for a while, at least a year. Most of them I've had a year or more. I know their growth pattern. I have all of my phowls in pretty much any kind of media you can think of, from mounts to bark moss, only moss, leca, like every kind of media you can imagine. So I'm only going to use the K-light on the phowls this season to see if there is a difference, and then I'll use my regular MSU fertilizer on everything else. So keep an eye out for that throughout the year. And then I will give you a little more as far as how I'm doing, what the doctor said, all that jazzy stuff as we look at the plants, because this right here is kind of, all right, let me turn you around and we will get going. All right, there we are. So I think the variegata is going to have to go very bye-bye. She's not doing well. She keeps losing leaves. I'll let her do what she needs to do, but till then. And look what opened for us here. This is the soft clouds that is on this first mount that I did. And again, I love that beige yellow there at the bottom. That is so pretty. And her blooms are so teeny tiny compared to, let's look down here, because we got a couple of blooms to this one. Look at her. She's gorgeous too. And then, of course, the gold staff. So a lot of them did pretty good. I did give them all a nice little drink of water, because you can kind of see some signs of dehydration right there. And let's see, right there. But for the most part, and then this one here was really dehydrated. She's plumped up as well. Other than a little bit of dehydration, they actually came through with flying colors. I flushed all of these girls yesterday to make sure, get them all freshened up. And then Sanderiana, because look how big she is. She's going to be a humongous girl, just a humongous girl. So I moved her to the front to give her all the space that she needs. We did cut the Summer Love spike to give her a rest. And both of my Sogo Vivians, this one is the regular, and then the Leaf's Edge, they're both in spike. I will let them both bloom just to kind of see how the blooms look. They, to me, look the same, but I just want to compare them. And then we'll have to cut the spike, let them recover. Because remember, those roots that are in this pot are just the aerial roots. And then Miss Minnie Mark is going to bloom for us again. Let's see what else is going on here. The Lamigalia, I know, I say it wrong all the time. Let me zoom in on the name so you can see which one I'm talking about. Is spending that one, but there's another one coming. Fimbrata still has not spiked or bloomed. She's actually still just working on that spike. Spots is separating her buds now. And then the Bellina up there is doing well. Speciosa Red is working on a leaf. So what I did before surgery is I really, really watered everything. I basically overwatered, like I saturated them. So I think that kind of helped. With the mounts, all I did was take my little pink spritzer and just spritzed it every day. And they seemed to do well. And they did all get a good watering about a day ago. It's probably time for it again. The Cattleya here, she has slowed her growth a little bit. This is the oldest new growth. She's got about 9 new growths. These leaves are still really tender because once they're mature, they harden. So she has slowed down, which I'm fine with. The only thing, guys, look at my poor lady here, my Hibiki. Like, these are the new leaves. So I don't know if... Okay, so we are in the small bedroom. I do have the window open to kind of take some of the echoey out. My wireless mic is kaput. Well, it's not kaput, it's dead, and I'm waiting on it to finish charging. But I wanted to go ahead and get this video done and get it out for you guys and give you kind of an update on what's been going on since surgery. And just before I go into it, thank you to everyone who has sent me emails, personal messages, your prayers, your thoughts, your good vibes. Whatever you've sent in a positive way, I so appreciate it. It really helped. If I haven't responded to you yet, I do apologize. I can still just do just a little bit at a time because sitting is not very comfortable, as you can imagine, with something holding your neck up straight like a giraffe. But I do have a corded mic, but I'm going to show you something. That is the cord. So it is like a 20-foot cord. And right now my depth perception for walking around is not that great. So to avoid tripping, I'm going to just come in here and we'll just kind of look at these ladies here while I kind of let you know what's been happening. So I did have my checkup on the 27th of December, and other than the steri strips hadn't all come off, which I guess they would normally do. They did take those off. I did have still a little bit of opening in the wound, so wasn't able to go back to work until the 9th of January, which, okay, I need to take time and heal. Got it. And as far as everything else, like I'm feeling what I'm supposed to be feeling. I will definitely have this brace on minimum until February 12th. I don't know if it's February 12th. That date just for some reason is in my head. Could be somewhere around that time, but sometime in February. After that is when I will start physical therapy. Until then, I cannot turn my neck or lower my neck or bend my neck. And every time I take this brace off, I just have the urge to turn my head or put my head down. But I am now able to not have to have it on when I eat. Depending on, like if I'm just snacking, I do still keep it on, and you know, like I was showing you guys earlier, put it in eat mode. But if I'm having an actual meal, I will take it off, and then I don't have to wear it when I sleep anymore. Although being a side sleeper, I think I might go back to wearing it at night because I do find myself waking up because I'm trying to turn. I do have some pillows that are kind of stopping me, so I probably will go back to wearing it at night, just because I'm not trying to ruin, you know, what was done. The initial x-ray post-surgery is showing everything is where it should be and everything is healing the way it should be. My next appointment is going to be on the 23rd. So that'll be a 6-week post-op, and of course I'll have another x-ray before then, and I'll let you guys know what's going on with that. But let's talk about some exciting stuff. So I was supposed to go live on Friday the 30th. I do apologize for that. I got my Fridays mixed up, but they came out and they measured all the windows in the house as well as the shutters, not shutters, the gutters. I'm getting shutters too, but gutters. And we are going to have replacements in here. And the best part is, so I spend a lot of time in Germany. And if you've ever been to Germany, or even, I don't know if it's Europe-wide, I just definitely know in Germany, Their windows, like if you could get them stateside, and this, anybody who has a window company, if you can figure out how to get a contract for German windows, or I guess European style windows, where they open in or they open out, I mean, they're amazing, simply amazing. So long story short, I'm getting all casement windows, so I don't have to worry about the slippy slidey. And this way, as I'm putting things on the windowsill, I don't have to keep moving stuff. Now, the flip side of that is these blinds will not be able to be reused, nor any of the other blinds or window dressing in the house, because this house being built in 1949, before they made cookie cutter houses where everything kind of fit together and standard window sizes were in, these are all going to be custom made. So that means I'll probably have to get custom blinds. So I may just kind of have to put sheets or something in front of the window for now until I do that, because I don't want to put temporary things in that aren't going to fit right and then just have to redo it later. I mean, this is kind of a waste of time, right? Let's look at some of these ladies. So most of the girls in here did pretty good during the neglect time. But like I was saying earlier, I did kind of overwater everybody just to make sure that they would make it. And my white Thanksgiving cactus is getting ready to come into her second blooming, but she does have a lot of new growth, and I'd rather her focus on that, so I'm not picking off the new growth. If she blooms again, that's great. She just looks fantabulous. And then the Christmas cactus is, of course, in her full bloom with some buds coming off. And the way I determined one from the other, so this one here, the leaves are much thinner than this one. This one's it's more of a actual cactus succulent feeling, whereas this is a lot thinner. So this one is the Thanksgiving, this one is the Christmas. Now if I could get an Easter one, okay. And let's see, my Macotes here that is struggling, I am going to put it in a terrarium setup. I am just waiting for a couple of more days to decide which one. I'm kind of looking at them. This, I moved in here. This is the Icing Venus. She's doing well. Of course, Pearl Cooper is doing lovely. I moved these guys down here in the corner because I took out that big stand that was right here. We had some guys come pick up a lot of old furniture, so the African violet table is in here for right now because, well, the Christmas tree is still up. And then let's see, what else can we talk about? Oh, we were coming up here. So this is the DPS Queen's Bear. So normally, for those of you who've been here for a minute, normally I would put the cardboard here and block the spike from coming out here. Well, it didn't have a piece of cardboard, so I've wrapped a paper towel, dry paper towel, because if I can get it, and again, this is kind of awkward for me, guys, but look what we have coming. Boom, another bloom, or another spike. She's not blooming yet, but our Murasaki Kamachi Zygonesia right here, see if I can get that to focus. There we go. Has 2 spikes. And if you've seen it on the community post, you've already seen this. If not, this will be your first time. But we have 2 spikes. So we have a spike here and a spike here off of this one. And if I can get the glare off of there, we are getting ready to open up. Look at that. That first spike is getting ready to open, as is the second. So that's amazing. Now this growth over here, of course, did not produce a spike, and I'm okay with that. It's building strength in the plant. And what I did again is overwater. Now these guys did get some water a couple of days ago, but what I did is just every other day or so, I would just pour a little bit of water in there. I didn't drown it. And then the other zygo that I have is this no ID that I got from Trader Joe's, I believe. It was in May of 2021. Again, not going to spike, but look at the leaf growth. So those leaves are nice and big, and I expect the bulb to be not quite as big as this previous one back here, but next growth I expect to bloom. Best part is my Schilleriana is putting out new roots, as we can see, but look at what else we see. She's keeping her leaves, because she was there for a while. When she put out a root or a new leaf growth, she would absorb another, but she's keeping those, so that's great. And then my Mel Star here, we definitely, guys, this is going to be a definite bloomer, because let me just see if I can get in there. This is really awkward with not being able to bend my neck down, but do you see how that kind of has that rounded shape? So that is going to be a bloom, because there's also, if I do it to the side, you can see that swelling. And then she does have the new growth right down there. That's a new leaf. And then she has that new growth right there. And of course, she is absorbing the back fans back here. So if you have a Paphiopedilum, and they are doing this on the older fans, it is completely normal, so don't stress it out too much. What it does is there's a really small rhizome that connect all of your fans, and all of this new growth right here is just absorbing the older growth. All right, and my other paths down here, like here's another example. Sorry, I almost fell, but this is absorbing. This is the oldest fan on here. This is the newest growth, and it's just absorbing the old growth. And good look, guys, we have a keiki coming, so I'm excited about that. And this one here, my Lavifilium arenum. Here, let me show you the tag, because you know I'm terrible with names. But look at all the new growth. I thought I had really screwed her up, but she's doing just fine now, just fine. And what I have discovered is neglect, sometimes they can do fine. Helicoptering and parenting doesn't always need to be, they're doing just fine. I was kind of concerned that, you know, a lot of these would go bye-bye and die off, and they're doing just great. They're doing great, especially look at Japonica. Look, new root, love it. Moved this one up here. She did lose quite a few of her leaves, but I figure, you know what, it's going to be fine now. And then, of course, my Rinca Stylus Gigantea is still just loving life. And I did the same thing with this one, is I would just pour every few days, just a little bit of water, just enough to wet things and give it a little bit of moisture. And then this one here is the Aussie that I got from the Orchid Supply Store, which if you want to get your 12% off, don't forget, you can always use coupon code TRISH at checkout on one item, 100 items, it doesn't matter, free shipping. They also, and there's a few videos that he's been doing, kind of showing the ins and outs of the greenhouse, how he takes care of the orchids when he first gets them. I have posted some of them on my Facebook. I don't have a Trish's Orchid Life Facebook. Let me know if that's something you guys want to do in 2023, is kind of have us a Facebook group, and we'll set that up. But this is the one that we repotted during my chit chat, and we have that root right there that's going down. And I moved her in here because it is a little bit warmer in here than it is in the living room, to kind of help encourage, because she is getting a little dehydrated. She doesn't have a lot of roots in there, so trying to encourage her to grow, because it is a little warmer in here and it'll help her kind of thrive. Kingianum is struggling just a little bit, but that's okay. Looks like I broke one. I did. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice that till just now. Well, it is what it is. There's two pieces in here, so if one doesn't do, the other one will. All right, guys, I so appreciate, again, all of the prayers and good thoughts that you've sent out. We'll do another update on the ones that are in the living room shortly. Probably have to do those in a section, because there's just so many of them. And then when they come to do the windows on the 30th, I've got to figure out where to put everything, because they're doing all the windows on the same day. So all of these, I'm pretty sure I can just kind of push them all over here. But the ones in the living room, I'll probably have to put some in bathtubs, which I can't put in the front bathtub because there's a window in the main bathroom of the house that they're going to replace. So I can't put any plants in there. Can't put them in my room itself because, again, they're replacing those windows. So I'll probably have to cram them in the bathroom, in the basement. I'll figure it out. Let me know if you'd like to see my craziness, and we'll record that as well. You guys, I hope you're having a great start to your 2023. Leave in the comments down below things you'd like to see in our channel this year. And don't forget to go check out Ken at the Orchid Supply Store YouTube channel, as well as go to orchidsupply.com. Go ahead and buy you some orchid supplies. Spring is coming. Get yourself ready. Use that 12% discount, and remember, free shipping. Happy New Year, everyone.